The spirit stares daggers into you, but says nothing. The spirit offers no resistance, but instead spreads his arms as if to welcome his fate. The spirit of the Magister continues to fight a battle that he's destined to lose. He desperately swings his sword at thin air. The spectral Magister raises his sword and shield against an unseen void-woken foe. The spirit seems to sense you now and points his sword in your general direction. But it's too late. He is yours now.
Are you proud? Proud to stand in the way of justice? Proud that you'd allow Voidwoken to raise the land? Proud of your wrongs?
A crooked sneer set.
I know that justice starts.
His sneer wider.
I know your type. You have no code.
The Magister's spirit retains his superior airs, even as he is cursed to oblivion. The spirit stares down at his own corpse, a bemused look upon his face. He raises an arm in self-defense and croaks a single word.
No!
The spirit's vacant eyes show no sign of awareness. The spirit gazes through you as you pull the source from his very soul. He is calm, and this calm is terrifying, infinitely cold. Chittering, the whispers of the void creep around the edges of his source. And all of a sudden, it's over. The spirit disappears. All that remains is a vaguely unpleasant aura, and the feeling that there is more in this universe than you could ever possibly hope to understand. The spirit gazes around, clearly looking for something, but does not register your presence at all. As you drink in her shadowy power, she looks directly at you for the first time, seeming to recognize something in you that frightens, nay, terrifies her.
You're worse than sallow.
I'm waiting.
He raises his arms to a cruciform and tilts his head back, laughing like the damned, as his very essence is drained away into your source. The spirit lies where she fell, her prayers abruptly ended. The spirit of the White Magister says nothing, and just looks at you with trepidation. The spirit meets her fate with an intense scowl. She closes her beady, black eyes and quietly accepts her fate. The little squirrel cowers beneath a leafy frond, peeping up at you through liquidy eyes that tremble with terror.
Please, please don't step on me. My brother was stomped by that ugly bridge troll. I saw his eyeball pop.
When they come again, they'll be stronger. I doubt we'll hold, but hold we must.
Never was good at knowing when to fold.
Run, run, run away!
May Gareth always choose the right path. May Gareth always choose.
The silent monk stands with one arm out. The silent monk stands with one. An ancient grave marker. The name upon it has faded away.
Go no further. We are at ritual. Do not disturb us.
Blood to blood, earth to earth, wood to wood, birth to birth.
Enter then. Keep respect. I see the good in you. Pass freely.
I see you. We are in ritual for a fallen brother. You may talk to Tova. Do not break ritual. Our attack is repelled. Our brother, Sarius, dies in battle against lone wolves. Our ritual honors him and sows him in the earth for rebirth as an ancestor tree. Thank you. Sarius dies well. Dies as an elf warrior. Only Tova can speak to you of this. She will decide what you should know or not. We have little, but what we have we may trade. Fair bargain.
Birth to birth.
I see you.
I see you. I see myself. I see the all of me. May the ritual be right. May my tree take root.
Blood to earth, to wood, to birth. The blood of Sarius to this earth.
The tallest, strongest elf, whom you take to be the leader, acknowledges your presence with the tiniest tilt of her head, then turns back to the task in hand. She places the tip of a long-bladed spear on poor dead Sarius's chest bone.
Blood to earth.
Her companions reach out and grasp the spear, ready to plunge it into Sarius's heart.
Blood to earth.
Together you plunge the blade deep into Sarius's heart, then twist it 3 times as is the custom. Blood flows freely to the ground, and Sarius's heart lies neatly cut in 4.
Blood to blood.
Each warrior plucks a piece of heart and places it in their mouth. Chewing solemnly, their leader looks to you to see what you will do. Saria's memories flood you. A warrior proud and true, you fight the lone wolves at the sawmill for Sahala, your scion, and for the future of all the elves, or all that still remain. But the fight goes ill. You and Tova draw fire that your friends may flee. You die in Tova's arms. With the barest blink, Tova accepts your good wishes, then turns back to the corpse.
Sarius is a warrior, proud and true. Blood to blood, earth to earth, wood to wood, birth to birth. Sarius becomes his tree. May Sarius take root.
The elves pick Sarius's bloody corpse from the ground. Tova looks to you, then indicates for you to help. Together you send Sarius to his final resting place. His corpse rolls to a stop at the bottom of the pit. The elven leader stands and stares at her fallen comrade. Then she wipes away a tear and turns away.
Once all are well, once more we take the mill.
And kill the lone wolves all.
I see you. A lone wolf took my life as I tried to take hers. She fought the battle well, at least as well as I. The mill ran red with blood. Much of it was mine. No, not at all. This pain right now is from taking root. This pain is good. This pain is life. Talk your way inside. Talk gently and tell lies. Or creep and crawl. There is a way. A secret way inside. Search and you will find. Fight if fight you must, but do not dare to hope to kill them all. But if you can, please kill them all.
With a last great creaking groan, he returns to the business of securing his roots and takes his leave of you.
A vast continent full of people, full of destinies.
Well now, how's my favorite god woken?
Ifan claps you on the shoulder.
And kill the lone wolves all.
I see you. Worry not. The wound tells the eye a lie. In truth, the pain is not so bad. The lone wolf in the mill, who cuts me so, has luck upon his side. For now, not so our own dear Sarius. If his tree may grow, perhaps he may find rest. The shaman knows about these things, not I. Tova is our hope. Tova leads the way.
I see you and I fear you not. Injured I may be, do not take me for vulnerable. I fight, I do not win, and I do not die. It is this way from the moment we left our homeland, from the moment the mists of death descend. We fight for our lives as we fight all our lives. We fight the black ring on the side of the divine, but Lucian betrays us. Lucian sends us to our deaths. And so we fight and fight again, and fight until the moment where we find our home once more. Our losses are many and painful, and so we fight that our victory may be great and joyous.
The tall elf stares into the pit with dry, bloodshot eyes, her face betraying no emotion.
We lose too much. We lose our homes, we lose our safety, we lose each other.
She looks into your eyes, her face set in a fierce frown.
It is enough. No more.
Bind that wound that it does not fester.
I do not doubt it. The void is too close. It pulls us all toward it. If we do not hold fast, we disappear inside it. You honor us during the ritual. You honor Sarius. You help remember him. You help bury him. But we need help still, or we perish here. Not only these people here, but all of us. I wonder if you honor us once more. It is something of great importance to me and to my people. Our home forests are gone. The great trees are cut to pieces. The memories inside them nearly lost. They become nothingness unless we find our scion. She is...
Her voice catches in her throat.
She is my daughter. Her name is Sahela, and she is taken from us. That is why we come here. That is why we lose Sarius, to find her. If she is lost, if our scion is lost, all our people are lost. She is everything.
Her eyes narrow, her fists clench, and her mouth tightens to a thin line.
Do you know the lone wolves? Then you know the risk. We come here to get her back, to bring her home. She is everything to me. She is everything to us. You do. You speak to her. Then you understand. You see what a gentle soul she is. You see how kind. She is not only a scion, but a precious child. She cannot be lost. You honor us. I fear it is impossible for one of my kind to enter their base. They know we are here. They expect us. She is taken by their leader, a savage man named Roost Anlon. I do not know why, but I know she must return to me. If I lose her, I cannot lose her. We plan another assault. We cannot give up. It is better for us all to die than for Sahela to be lost. I only hope perhaps you find her before then. Good luck.
I see you.
The shaman searches your eyes for a sign that you might be lying.
You speak the truth. Your news is good. Many trees are lost to the death fog, and the ritual does not always work. This is not a well of souls, but a simple pit. We stand ritual more in hope than faith.
A single tear appears at the corner of one eye, but he ignores it.
We may yet live on, we elves. I see the good in you. I see the bad in you. I see the all of you.
Once all are well, once more we take the mill.
And kill the lone wolves all.
be casting your long shadows around you, mister. This here land's not for your kind.
The altar lies in silence, glowing faintly with a familiar, comforting warmth.
This looks like an elven proving ground, but I've never seen one for myself.
I see you, but you are no elf. This place is not for you. Its trial is not for you to attempt. Very well. You may face the trial. You shall learn all that you need to know. Show patience. Elves know that nature is a finer weapon than even the sharpest blade. The four seasons have served our people well. 4 heroes rest before you, wielders of the seasons. Pay homage to their skills, solve their riddle, and prove yourself worthy of elven respect, if you can. Winter shudders with ice and snow. Autumn rumbles, the sky lit aglow. Summer burns, air fiery as a hearth. Spring quenches with bloody rebirth. I am the voice of the fire. My flame bears the will of all elves and lights the way for those who wish to prove their mettle.
The totem stares ahead, silently. The totem stands dormant. The totem stares ahead, silent.
I see you. Winter shudders. I see you. The trial. Winter shudders with ice and snow. Autumn rumbles. The sky lit aglow. Summer burns, air fiery as a hearth.
The totem is still and...
I see you, but you are no elf. This place is not... I see you. The winter shudders with ice and snow. Autumn rumbles, the sky lit aglow. Summer burns, air fiery as a hearth. Spring
From somewhere within the totem, a voice booms.
Winter, that armors our forest home in ice and snow. Let it make our enemies stumble and fall, and make them easy meals for our spears.
The totem stares ahead, silently. The totem looms over you.
I see you. Winter shudders with ice and snow. Autumn rumbles, the sky lit aglow. Summer burns, air fiery as a hearth. Spring quenches with bloody rebirth.
A deep voice rises from within the totem.
Summer, fierce and unyielding. May we cast the power of the sun against those who bring violence. The sun gives life to our trees, but burns their flesh.
An ancient, echoing voice rises from within the totem.
Autumn, the turbulent beauty. It brings color to our home and death to our enemies. Delius utters his battle cry and rains down spears of pure light.
You have solved the riddle and shown mastery over the seasons. Now you must face the trial of combat.
Honor the forest with your fighting skill. Or
has ended. You are victorious. Your prize awaits. Use it wisely, as a true friend of the elves.
A faint shimmer remains about the totem. The totem stares at you. There's a certain sense of wakefulness present in its features.
Spring, gentle so that the others may be strong. The fallen quench the soil with their blood and hasten the rebirth. Death becomes life, as is our way.
Nice to have some squeaking elves round here again. They always put on such a show at those big old heads. Kaboom! Splash! Sizzle!
Go on then.
These really guys will shoot you through if you get too close. I'm gonna try and slip through the back way myself. I like a ribbit challenge.
I've spotted something.
Careful
Be
now.
grateful that you don't feel the need. Be grateful that you don't feel the need. The spirit stands with her feet apart, arms at her sides, palms up. She appears to be chanting something, perhaps a prayer to the sky, but you hear nothing. You are a dancer, a lover, a jester. But then the death fog takes the forest and all you know is gone. The screams of your people echo in your heart. You become a warrior. You die fighting, all play forgotten.
These are lone wolves. Let me do the talking.
Company. Wonder how they made it through.
The spirit turns to meet your gaze. You feel heat upon your skin. The acrid stench of charring flesh assails your nose, and you can hear screaming, the agonizing cries of people burning alive. The spirit, mute, holds out his hand towards you, palm upwards in supplication, his eyes pleading. With a blast, the heat surrounds you. The hair on your forearm shrivels and dies. Flames dance across your vision, and the screaming seems to fill your very existence. And for a moment, you are the spirit before you. Your name is Cyrus Oates, and you are in a tavern with your friends. But someone has barred the exits and set the place afire, and you know that it's your fault. Your friends scream for help that will not come. You know that outside stands the lone wolf Pigsbane, and that he was paid to kill you. You know Pigsbane listens for your screams. All you can do is die proud. Your name is Cyrus Oates, and you will not scream. Sweat streams from your pores. The roar of the flames drowns the screams. Cyrus Oates begins to burn. He does not scream. You feel your flesh blister and char, your head crackle and burn. Cyrus Oates bares his teeth as his lips are burned away, but he does not scream. You try to close your eyes against the pain, but your eyelids have burned away. You haven't breathed in what seems like hours. You desperately want to scream, but Cyrus Oates did not scream. In a flash, the flames are gone. The spirit of Cyrus Oates gives you a long and knowing look. Now you know the truth. Cyrus Oates died in agony, but Cyrus Oates refused to scream.
If and been missed, as I live and breathe. Didn't think we'd be seeing you again so soon, sir. He is. He'd be glad to see you, too. Glad as Roost gets, anyway. He's hoping you'll bring friends.
He winks at you so hard and so theatrically that one whole half of his face seems to squint.
Roost's upstairs in the big house there, sir. He's waiting for you. Reckon he's as eager to hear how you've been getting on as the rest of us.
Been here longer than normal.
Place makes a good base.
Well now, how's my favorite god woken?
Ifan claps you on the shoulder.
Mind yourself.
You made it past the traps, fair enough. But you still better step carefully, stranger, or I'll tear your throat out with me teeth. I've killed. I killed an elf in that last raid for one. Big brute of a moss muncher. Took her down as she ran away. I'll kill a godwoken next if I can. I saw her fall. She was done. Now get out my face.
A ghostly aura shrouds the log, along with a penetrating icy cold. Bitter cold shoots up your fingertips, through your arm, shoulder, neck, and into your brain. Your whole body contracts with the aching freeze, and a voice sounds inside of you.
See what I see. Feel what I feel. Look down.
Where your feet should be, you see great gnarled roots disappearing into a mossy forest floor. As this log once was, you are an ancestor tree. As you examine yourself, you see the top of a small elven child's head as she approaches. She wraps her arms around you and rests her head against your great trunk. You pass her a memory. Once, you were her father. You pass her the softness you remember of her chubby cheeks. You pass her the warmth between you when you curled back to sleep. A tear trickles from the child's eye and onto your bark. She whispers that she loves you. She says she will come back tomorrow.
You see?
The child departs, and night falls. You hear voices and the dull thud of axes. A human approaches you and pats your trunk. He raises his axe and...
You see?
You lie in pieces on the forest floor. Rough hands toss you into a cart and haul you away.
You see? You see what he does to me. You see he takes me from my life. You see he cuts me into parts. You make him pay. His bones lie buried in our sacred soil, but his spirit remains. Find him. Take from him what he takes from me. I show you where. Find him. I find peace then. I find peace when he is gone.
And puts another fletching feather in his cap.
A thin, grim man carefully sands the end of a beautiful, unpolished longbow. He studiously avoids looking up as you approach.
Mind your way, sir. I'm not supposed to be trading with the other guests. Roost's orders. Fine. It's fine. Just please be discreet. I'm very much at Ruth's mercy while I'm here.
He laughs and puts another fletching feather in his cap. His arrows fly true and straight into the burlap sack.
The sharpshooter turns from his silent watch over the mill and its approaches, and holds you in a steady regard. An elderly mage glowers at the lone wolf sentry, muttering wordlessly. He jerks his head to look at you, but says nothing. Then he opens his mouth, and you can clearly see the tip of a crossbow bolt protruding from the back of his throat. The spirit clutches his mouth in shock, and then realizes what has happened. He removes his hands, and the crossbow bolt is gone. He can speak once more, if painfully.
Thank you.
He turns and points at the lone wolf sharpshooter.
Kill him.
All I need to know.
He draws his wands.
You're in my space, stranger. Feel free to leave it.
All I need to know.
Light crackles along the wands in a display of potential power. Point made. The spirit of a woman locks her gaze on the lone wolf sentry.
Say my name, you son of a sow! Edie Engren! Say it! Say my name!
And then, you are her. You are the young woman Edie Engren, seduced by a boy. But to become a lone wolf, he had to pass a test. He had to murder the woman he loved. He passed the test, and you were murdered. And all the time you knew him, he never spoke your name.
Ain't she getting tired?
She turns to look at you at last.
How many of them can there be?
I was Edie Engren. My killer should be made to speak my name.
He gives you a stern look, then turns back to his watch. Suddenly he's interested. Suddenly he's on edge.
Who are you to her? Father? Son? Brother? Lover? If you're looking for revenge, you won't find it here.
He leans forward and growls.
No. And push no further, or we shall have a problem.
He considers and comes to the conclusion that it's not worth his while resisting.
Hells, forget it.
Ain't she getting tired?
He closes his eyes and takes a deep breath.
Edie Ingram. She was always at her most beautiful when she was angry.
A smile spreads across his face.
She'll be waiting for me in the halls, and she's gonna be pissed.
The spirit of a woman locks her gaze on the lone wolf sentry.
I hope it burns your tongue to say my name! Don't think yourself a toad for what you did, lone wolf. But me, I'm free of you now. To the halls I'll go.
She turns and looks you in the eye. Then she dips her head in thanks and leaves.
The waiting that gets you.
A compact, heavily muscled dwarf turns from her training. She flicks her wrist and instantly her axe, a stunning elven weapon, is a hair's width from your chest. The blade sings. She gives you a long look, then relaxes. The blade moves back an inch.
That blood belongs to its original owner. It adds character. I look forward to adding Godwoken blood to the mix. Mind your own business, mate. It will if you swing it at me. Especially if you're an elven raider with more enthusiasm than skill. No, you can't. I can sell you all manner of weapon, elven or not, if you have the gold. But this axe ain't for sale. That belongs to the original elven owner, doesn't it? All right, we're done. Bugger off.
She returns to her training.
It's the waiting that gets you. The spirit of a paladin knight leans his head to one side, revealing the huge gash in his neck that nearly took his head off, and grins, a green glint in his eye. When he speaks, he whispers.
She's stronger than you know. Stronger than you know, boy, and faster too.
He launches one hand forward and, with a jolt, you are him. You're with Paladin Tom Hardwin, your best friend, on your way to arrest the notorious murderess known to all as Mummy Dearest. You find the dwarven lone wolf in a tavern at the bar. She doesn't look like much. You stand behind her. Tom Hardwin calls her name. The bar goes quiet. She doesn't turn, but you see her reach. You step forward to protect Hardwin as the axe comes around. In a moment, you're staring at the ceiling with Tom's hands pressing on your neck. A tavern wench is screaming. And Tom can't stop the blood, and through the panic and the tears, he puts his own price on the lone wolf's head. You just lie there thinking. She's stronger than you knew, and faster too.
He tilts his head once more, the great wound that killed him yawning open. He begins to laugh.
Off the top of my head? She's stronger than you know, and faster too. And here's the thing. She hates the wet. It makes her itch, and she makes mistakes. If only it would rain.
It's the waiting that gets you.
Look out, I see a trap nearby.
A lone wolf mage naps quietly. She talks in her sleep.
Laugh all you want, Mudbarrow. Madmen tell tales, and dead men's ghosts do not.
She turns towards you. When she opens her eyes, she's looking right at you.
Mudbarrow can't have his money. I hid it.
She closes her eyes and settles back to sleep. Laughter plays upon the lone wolf's spirit lips, but madness flashes in his eyes. His flittering gaze never quite comes to rest on you.
Hey, wanna have some fun? A joke, of course. A prank, if you will. Tell Slumberjack here that Mudbarrow wants his money. You greedy smell guilt. Yes, my sleepy friend here killed me for my bloody gold. Serves me right for all the things I did. The irony. Ask her where the money is. I'd love to see the murdering little loiter basket lose her money. My money.
She mutters in her sleep.
I never liked you anyway, Mudbarrow. You or your shite sense of humour. Don't think you haunt me, dead man. You or the Godwoken that we killed. What's that? Hey, that tickles.
She stretches, shifts position, but doesn't wake up.
You won't find nothing. Money's hidden on the beach by the water.
She's gonna be so mad. When she finds that money gone.
He slaps his thigh, tears of mirth rolling down his cheeks. Doubt crosses his face as he realizes he's stuck here forever, and there are no more jokes to make.
Now?
Panic rises. And as the black shadow of eternity looms over him, he becomes hysterical. And what was once laughter is now an anguished scream. He returns to himself. The screaming stops.
Both eyes settle upon you at last. He looks tired. He looks haunted.
But I've done such terrible things.
He takes this in. A single ghostly tear trickles down his face.
I should go. Use the money well, if you take it. Do some good with it.
He raises a hand in salute and disappears.
Mudbarrow. Must be dreaming.
I've spotted something.
Then leave. Hey, it's a good living here. You know that. Your living is nothing if you're unhappy. Logical, never knew you to be sentimental. Unhappy people are sloppy, unreliable. Maybe that's why I ain't landed a mark in a while. I'm unhappy. Or maybe I'm just horny.
An elegant lizard lone wolf smokes Drudene through an ornate pipe.
Looking fresh, gorgeous. What I wouldn't give to climb your tree.
The whiff of chemistry assails you. You know that it's all in your imagination, but still your throat constricts, your stomach turns, and your vision swims before you. As your vision clears, the spirit is revealed, a lizard. He has eyes only for the lizard lone wolf who stands before him. He turns to you. He looks insane. He takes a deep breath and exhales. A cloud of greenish gas envelops you, and suddenly you are him. You're the Black Widowmaker, deep down in black shadows, setting your latest creation to paper. A deadly brew that looks and tastes like an elixir. It's your best work yet. You sip a celebratory tonic. And you realize you've made your last mistake. Your throat constricts. Acid burns your guts. Your heart slows to a halt. You slump forward. A kin appears, a lone wolf. She takes your book, but you're already dead. He intensifies his gaze on the lizard lone wolf before him. If looks were poison, she'd soon be dead.
Sentimental. Unhappy people are.
She takes a draught and blows the smoke towards the sky, ignoring you. She turns one eye on you, raises the brow above it.
It wasn't I who switched his drinks. Besides, his death saved lives, so let's hear no more about it. Summing up, I can't help you, so get lost.
She puffs upon the pipe and blows the smoke towards you. When it clears, she's looking away again, as if you were never there.
Back again?
The stench of chemistry assaults you once more. He intensifies his gaze on the lizard lone wolf before him.
Then leave.
Hey, it's a good living here. You know that.
Your living is nothing if you're unhappy.
Piss off! Unless you got money. Not likely anything you can afford. Right! Piss off!
The spirit of a young woman stares in blissful devotion at the lone wolf alchemist.
Look out. I see a trap nearby.
Maybe that's why I ain't landed a mark.
Careful. I've spotted a trap.
Your living is nothing if you're unhappy.
Never knew you to be sentimental.
Logical.
I killed him slow. Preserves the flavor.
I do not care.
You must be curious. He was like you. Imagine all those memories.
I have nothing to say to you.
You sure about that?
I am sure.
You want to end up like him, I guess? Or maybe you can see how this ends.
Do you know him? Are you his friend? That man. The bad man. He likes to hurt people. He hurt me real bad.
Wouldn't you like to believe that?
I have nothing to say to you.
Sabine grabs you by the arm, her nails embedding themselves into your flesh.
That's him. That's Roost.
The man who abducted me and sold me to the Master. This is it. He knows where the Master is. My thanks.
Sebille walks up to Roost, a massive man who's looming over a small elf, his hair a tangle of matted knots. Scars upon scars cross every inch of visible flesh, from his hands to his gnarled face.
Roost Anlon, I've come to ask you a question.
His smile is nauseating.
You'll have to give me a kiss first. That's a tongue, too.
He laughs, the sound of a hiccuping demon choking on raw offal.
How vile and petty a thing you are.
Shut up! It's her I'm talking to. Sebille, I was wondering when I'd see you again. Knew the time would come after you broke Daddy's leash. Oh, yes. Been wondering when the Master's little pet would pick up my scent.
I know.
She winks at him.
Let's try that again, shall we?
Her casual dismissal of his insults seemed to unsettle him somewhat. Uncertainty sours his face.
How about we just cut to the chase? You are searching for your master. I know where he is. Them's the cards we're holding, and I've got all the aces up my sleeve.
A flash of the needle. With lightning speed, Sebille spears his hand. He howls with pain.
Strange. I see no cards whatsoever. The Master. Where is he? Not that you have to.
She twists the needle, making him squirm and scream.
On the island! He's on the island with no name!
Good boy.
She removes the needle. Roost suckles his wound with thick, slurping noises.
Where is the island? Tell me.
Oh, I'll do you one better. I'll take you there. I'm going to beat you. Like I did before. I'm going to bleed and bind you. And what's left of you, no more than a battered bit of meat, I'm going to deliver to the Master all over again. He'll be so glad to have his puppy back, even if she'll have lost some of her luster.